Once upon a time, in a wide golden savanna filled with tall grass and warm sunlight, there lived a young lion named Leo. Leo was strong, kind, and always curious about the world around him. But there was something that made him very different from the other lions. While they all had roars that were loud and proud, shaking the very ground, Leo's roar was quiet and gentle. It sounded more like a soft hum than a mighty shout. Because of this, Leo believed he wasn't brave enough to become a true lion. He thought a real leader had to have the loudest voice in the whole savannah. Every day, Leo would find a shady spot under an acacia tree and watch the world go by. He saw the majestic elephants walking together in a long, steady line, their big ears flapping in the breeze. He watched the colorful birds soar freely through the vast blue sky, their songs filling the air. He saw the other lions leading their prides with confidence, their powerful roars echoing across the plains. Leo longed to be like them. He wanted to feel brave and strong, to be someone others could look up to, but fear held him back. He worried that no one would listen to him, that his quiet voice would be lost in the wind. How can I lead if my roar is just a whisper? He'd sigh to himself. One afternoon, a change came over the savannah. Dark, heavy clouds rolled in, covering the bright sun and casting long shadows over the land. A strong wind began to blow, making the tall grass dance and sway. Then, in the distance, a flicker of orange appeared. A fire had started deep within the grasslands. Soon, thick, gray smoke billowed into the air, and the smell of burning grass filled Leo's nose. The animals began to panic. Herds of zebras galloped in every direction, their stripes a blur of black and white. Flocks of birds flew wildly, chirping in alarm. Little animals, separated from their families, cried out for help. Seeing the chaos, Leo felt his heart beat fast. He was scared, just like everyone else. But as he watched the fear spread, he felt something new and unfamiliar growing inside him. It was a feeling of responsibility, a need to help. He knew he couldn't just sit and watch from the sidelines anymore. The savannah was his home, and these were his friends. Taking a deep breath, Leo stepped out from behind his tree. He didn't try to roar loudly. Instead, he spoke in his calm, steady voice, a voice that was just loud enough to be heard over the rising panic. "Everyone, please don't panic," he said, his voice carrying a sense of peace. "Follow me. We need to get to the river. It's safe there." The animals, startled by his calm tone, paused for a moment. They looked at Leo, and something in his gentle eyes made them trust him. Slowly, they started to follow. Along the way, Leo saw a baby elephant, small and frightened, stuck in some thick mud and crying for its mother. Without hesitating, Leo used his strength to help push the little one free, gently nudging it back toward its family. A little further on, he saw a group of zebras running straight toward the flames. "Stop," he called out. "This way is safer." He guided them away from the danger and toward the river. He stayed beside an old giraffe who was moving slowly, too tired to keep up with the others. Leo walked with him, offering words of comfort and hope, assuring him they would make it. As the animals followed Leo, a sense of calm washed over them. They realized that Leo's quiet, steady voice was more comforting than any loud roar. His kindness made them feel brave. His clear directions made them feel safe. Finally, they reached the cool, wide river. The fire slowly died down behind them, and the smoky air began to clear. The savannah became quiet once more. In that moment, standing by the water's edge with all the animals he had saved, Leo stood tall and let out a roar. It wasn't the loudest roar the savannah had ever heard, but it was filled with something much more important: confidence and courage. The other animals didn't just hear it, they felt it. They cheered for Leo, their new hero. They understood that true strength isn't about being the loudest. It comes from kindness, wisdom, and a heart that is brave enough to care for others. As the sun began to set, painting the sky in beautiful shades of orange and pink, Leo smiled. For the first time, He felt truly proud of who he was. He had learned a very important lesson that day. Being a leader doesn't mean having the biggest roar. It means being the one who shows up, who cares for others, and who guides them safely through the darkest of times. And from that day on, Leo, the lion with the quiet roar, was the most respected leader in all the savannah.